from your front porch. I am a creative coach with Deco Exchange's creative coaching group, y'all. Today we are working with orchids. So this stem from the top of the flower pod to the bottom of the flowers is 15 inches, just to give you an idea of size. We are using a 14-inch grapevine. We are using this curly twig grass spray. Some affectionately know it as the green bean spray. I love this one. So it does have these long kind of green bean looking, kind of looks like those snake tree flower seed pods. Y'all, I'm just going to take it, I'm going to wrap it around my finger. They're just very long for this, so I just want them curled up. Doesn't have to go all the way down to the bottom, and we can always tighten the curls or loosen them once we have it all put together. And y'all, I just want to get to fluffing. Just want to pull that pick apart, bring all the pretties forward. Make sure my leaves are pointed the right direction. So I am going to cut the stem down. We do not need it that long. So I'm just going to go in. You can dry fit first. See where you want it. This is wired all the way up the stem, so you can bend it if you please. I'm just going to give it a little bend. Just like that. I'm just dipping it in my glue pot. Get some nice glue on the end. Hopefully. And I'm just going to go right in there. Y'all, you want to go down and in, just so it really catches all the glue as it goes. Catches all the little branches, spreads that glue out. I do have another one that I already fluffed up. So again, I'm just going in on the glue pot, loading that up with glue. Y'all, I just have to turn the temperature up a little bit. So I did have these long orchid flowers. I am cutting off a good like 24 inches, 20 inches of stem. We do not need it that long. So they naturally came with a little bit of curve the way they were packaged. They're opposite curves, so I'm just going to go with the curve that it already had. It does have a wire though, so you can always, y'all, look how good that wire is. You can always bend it more. I'm not going to put these in until we have our bow in, but you can always see where you want them for when you pick your bow size. So we'll adjust all the greens after they're all wired again. We can fix them, spread them. We are going to make a bow. And then we'll add those orchids in. But look how big and beautiful it is already. Y'all, I am using an easy bow maker today. So you can always take your bow and kind of see what it will look like size-wise. Bring it up to your project. If you don't know what size you want, you can always just start with like a hand bow. And see what size you may want, how wide you want it. You don't want your bow sticking super far out from the rest of your wreath. You kind of want to fit it in so it's one with the greens. So I am going with around 5 inches of a loop, so 10 inches of material. Just doing 2 loops, and then I'm cutting. Then I'm going in with the exact same material with my tail going the opposite way. And doing the same. You can either stack your bow right on top of each other or start spreading it out how you will want it. So as you can see already, if we put that right on top, you can see how it's going to snuggle right in there. I'm just going in with the white. I'm just going to do one loop. Again, at about 5 inches, not one loop, but 2. Going in with the green. Again, another 5-inch loop. And I am going to do this one twice as well. Matching up to my tails. Twist. Y'all, I'm just twisting it so that it's the right side of the ribbon that I want up. Gonna go in with this natural and white. I'm gonna start getting a little bit smaller now. How we've been doing 2 of this and 2 of the green. Now I'm just doing 1 of those. So I'm going 2, then 1 layer, 2, 1 layer, and then 2. Again, just a little bit smaller. And the same on this one. I'm still doing the same size loops as my first row of greens. So I'm going to go with this side. I'm just going to do a loop. I'm going to do a sideways loop. So the loop is right on the side there. So I'm going to take this whole bundle. I'm grabbing a pipe cleaner and a zip tie. This is a 6-inch zip tie. I am going to grab the whole bundle. So I go in from the side, get my fingers right underneath the whole bundle with my thumb on the top here. Just kind of wiggle until I can get under. Can you see there? My fingers are under, my thumb's on top. I just want to apply a little bit of pressure to keep the whole bundle together. I'm going to add a pipe cleaner to the back. Just like that. And then I'm going to take a zip tie and go right down where those indents were for the dowels on the Easy Bow Maker. Connect my zip tie. Then I just want to tighten it. Make sure your stack stays together, still where you want it, and tighten as tight as you can go. I'm cutting the tail of that zip tie off. I'm not doing a big fluffing, y'all. We're going to do that once it's on the wreath. But I do want to have my ribbons spread out. So I'm working back to front. Just making sure all of my ribbons are out. 2 of the green, 4. And then our 1 open weave in the middle. So it's not perfectly fluffed out, but we got the start of it. So now's a good time we can see how it fits in, where it fits in. I do want it a little bit higher than middle. I don't want to cover up all of those orchids that we bought. I like it right there. I like where my orchids are, so I'm just going to take the orchids back out and glue them. Just dip it in my glue pot. Going in with my other one. Get some glue on it. And I'm going in. Again, kind of going down and then along. Down and along. You don't want your pick sticking out from the back. So I don't want to turn it over and squish my bow. I'm just twisting the ends of these pipe cleaners together. This was a 20-inch pipe cleaner. So it's all together. And then I'm just going to tuck it right back under the bow. So it looks nice and clean from the back. There's no little pokes to scrape. Yet the front of that is nice and hidden. Just like that. So again, I'm working front or back to front with my fluffing. I do not want to cover all of these beautiful orchids. Y'all, orchids are not usually very cheap, so I want to see them. I want to see their beautiful faces. There we are. Nice and big from the sides. And beautiful from the front.